Hey everybody, welcome back to another week of the Mario Maker Workshop weekly recap. So throughout the week we have all done various Mario Maker things. We have made levels, we have critiqued levels, we have filled out the Mario Maker worksheet, we've talked to each other, and we've gotten a few world records. But this is where we recap everything that we've done and have all the information for you nice in one interesting place. Dr. Haji Quest, wow. Wow, so we got a lot of interesting things to talk about this session, so I'm not going to delay too long, but I'm going to tell you what we did. In the middle of the week, we had an assignment, and this is one that I created in order to teach us a little bit more about how items, and in particular coins, work in Mario level design. The first week was all about basic layout. We took blocks, just blocks, and we made entire levels just around that one basic element, and then for week 2, we kind of had extra credit. We took those levels and we added coins, enemies, and other weird things to figure out exactly sort of how those basic layouts are accentuated from other design elements. But for week 3, we are tripling down on coins specifically. In order to do that, we created this really interesting assignment. So, assignment number 2, bonus rooms to go. This is all about, well, I created this template, and you can see it right here on the screen. It's a multiple single screen rooms. I love single screen rooms, by the way, for platformer and action game design. You pretty much don't have to deal with camera issues, and camera issues are a really big deal for a lot of different video games. So single screen keeps everything nice and simple. The template has 8 up to 15 rooms. I guess you can keep making them. Akamara went a little crazy, so we'll get into that later. And you're supposed to make various bonus rooms that all fit in a single screen, and you use the doors to connect the rooms. Pretty straightforward. Template's kind of tricky to set up, but once you get it, it's really easy to go. And yeah, the workshop went to town. We actually went pretty crazy, and I'm really proud of what we did in the workshop. So let me show you the second thing that we did to make this just a little bit more interesting. We have this bingo, bonus bingo, and hopefully you guys can read it okay. I'm going to blow it up to about 150. Right? Okay, so I created this, and I went on the top level is all about your rewards for doing a particular bonus room, and the left side is all about the obstacles or how you sort of engage with that room in particular. So we got floating regular coins, we got at least 3 coins placed directly on blocks, we have at least 1 multiple block, and so on and so forth as it goes down the line. You line it up and pair it up with one of these, and then you put your name in it, and you try to make a bonus room that fulfills those specific conditions. So as you can see, the entire workshop went to town. Gizmos were a favorite among many. Zera, Local Tony, Dr. Haji Akamarak, and they just like manipulated the bottom of the row here. But there are so many different types, and I think they're all fun. Even the super basic, which I forced everyone to do. Forced. You can't even see that. Let me hold on. Forced. And everyone had to start out basic. Just super basic stuff. Let me show you the bonus room level that I did on my blog worksheet. Let me just do it like this. And we even have people actively in the worksheet filling out various bonus things right now as I speak. But let me go to criticalgaming.com. Good old blog here. And let's go into the blog, go into the archives. And a long time ago when I was studying Mario's level design and game design in general, variation. Let's do this. Right here. I studied Mario, and I looked very carefully at Mario's various elements, and I'm like, okay, the enemies have this kind of variation that's great for enemy design, but where did I put it? Probably in part 2. But things like the boss battles, each one of them are different in the original Mario Brothers, and things like the bonus stages. Now, the original Mario Brothers has about these 5 bonus stages, and this first one is the first one you encounter on World 1-1. It's super basic, but it gets the job done. It's actually a lot of fun, and they expanded with hidden blocks and coins on bricks and blocks, and they expanded even further with things that small Mario can get through better than big Mario. And they still provide a way for all the Marios to get all the power-ups. They have tricky, nuanced setups like this where the coins are out of reach. And then they have stuff like this one, number 5, where you can permanently ruin your ability to get the top coins if you are too zealous and too crazy jumping around with Super Mario. So that's basically how we came to the criteria that you see here, and we are just expanding it and going crazy. So let me show you a little bit of what the workshop has been up to. Fade. Alright, now we got music. Wakanda forever courses. So when you're part of the Mario Maker workshop, you get put in an exclusive group, and we all favorite each other as far as makers go, and that makes it extremely easy to just hit this refresh button. Oh, wrong button. I need to go over here, playing on a tiny little screen. How about this? And hit the refresh button in order to see all the latest things that we've been doing as a workshop. So Jazzy Jeff, otherwise known, that's like our second Jeff. We gotta call him Neo or something. But Jazzy Jeff just submitted his earlier today. I haven't played this yet, so you can see me play it live. Then we got Bonus Bingo by Gollum Live. We got Bonus Room Blitz. We have a Bonus Bonanza and Bonus Rooms, assignment number 2. I like this really straightforward clinical name, by the way. I'm not all about the puns. We have Bonus Rooms to Go number 1 from Bleach, assignment number 2, Bonus Rooms, and Bonus Room Bonanza and Bonus Bank. That's a ton of bonus rooms. And before today, I counted, we have submitted 83 different individual room size challenges. So we're gonna go through a lot of them. We're gonna start with Jazzy Jeff. I'm gonna hopefully switch over to a monitor that is not quite as laggy as this one, so I can play appropriately, like this. Don't mind the blackness. Cool. And we're gonna get started. Hey Joe, welcome to the stream. What we do here is we're going over a lot of the activity that we did throughout the week playing Mario Maker, but more importantly, building levels, giving each other feedback, and being a part of a workshop. The workshop is completely open to anyone, so you are welcome to join. But right now I'm going over one of the assignments that we did earlier in the week, and the assignment was to build as many bonus rooms that you think are interesting as possible, and we are going to play Jazzy Jeff's contribution. Oh, look, he copied my idea. This is my idea. I'm just kidding. Let's see if I can. I love Mario's platforming abilities. He can do it. Ah! So this is kind of harkening back to our just blocks. Oh, I can run that whole thing. Challenge, where interesting structures you can create just. I gotta delay it by making blocks and. Yes, there we go. Let's go. Okay. And I think that's interesting. So, what we got here? Get a few freebies. Grab this one. Chuck it. I like it how the symmetrical room instantly tells me that I got a little bit of leeway. What am I doing? Give me! Yes! Cool. Yeah, so those formations are a little tricky. You can really ruin your chances of getting all the coins, so you gotta think a little bit. Makes it a little puzzle-like. I like it. Cool. Oh no. Oh no! Oh, those are bricks. I'm like, look, I can't get these coins. You should never make a coin you can't get, but then they turn back into bricks. I'm like, clever. I wonder what the deal with this one is. I like these odd shapes, and I like how I think you're the only one who filled up the room to not be a solid, like, 16 by 9? 6 by 9 ratio. Not 16 by 9, that's way too big. I can't find anything secret here. I guess that's all there is to it. Gimme. Okay. One of the crazy parts about being able to pick up items... Ooh, this is just a basic bonus room. I like it. Is there secrets? This camera. It's like moving with me and with the sway. I wonder if... Yeah, oh well. Alright, another 50 coin. This is probably going to be power-ups. It's probably going to take me to the lower area. Alright, let's see before I break these. No. I'm like fishing for... Ooh, nice. What I love about the timing design of those is you can get all 10, most likely if you're Big Mario, especially at this height. But if you run by and don't know that it's a multi-coin block, you do have enough time to double back like that and get it. So that's what I really like about this height right here. Somebody can mark in the sheet if they want, but I'm going to keep going. Yeah, and if you're in the chat and you're part of the workshop, feel free to keep that sheet open. I might say stuff out loud and I cannot really stop to do it, to put it in myself, but you are welcome to steal the credit. I need a fast way to get up there. Boom. but no. No! I knew that was gonna happen. I need to stop screaming, by the way. It's just a little warning to myself. How about this? Oh, that's good. That's good. No! There we go. No! I ruined it! Didn't even need it. No! I'm sad. I ruined both my setups anyway. So that's an example of a P-switch room that you can permanently fail. Usually the P-switch ones you can permanently fail to get all the coins unless they provide you with infinite P-switches. And look at all these free coins. 50? You sure about that? And usually when there's 150 coins in the middle, ooh, is exactly what I'm talking about. This is one where you can't fail. And this... But I need to make sure I don't break them. Ooh, that's gonna be hard. I'm gonna go around the other side. I broke it. Not careful at all. Oh, that one's a secret block! I'm gonna get it. Nope, there we go. I can't get all 10, but maybe if I had a different setup. Let's just do this game. Okay, these are all secret blocks. What can I do? Get this out of here. Too much friction. I'll just jump from here. Wow. Oh yeah, I just don't duck. Okay, easy enough. It's really hard without running. Oh, no problem. Why collect the coins if they aren't required to complete the stage, or is there something I'm missing? So all these rooms are bonus rooms, and typically when you have a bonus room in a Mario game, yes! That in any Mario game, if you see coins, you should be able to get them all, and knowing that, it adds an extra little bit of challenge that you can skip if you want, but I always take the challenge. Why can't I do this? I always take the challenge because I think it's a lot more interesting. I don't know if there's a good way to get this one without having the other blocks. So yeah, to explore the various designs that the workshop members have made, it's important for me to at least try to like get the most out of every room, like that. Ah, I keep ruining my money! My money, SpongeBob. There we go. I wish I could undo it sometimes. Oh, cool. Yeah, so we are going over workshop assignment levels, and this is the first time I played this one, so I'm giving the analysis and commentary live. In! Woo! Let's see if there's secrets. I didn't really get to use the flying power, so this is kind of a, just for fun, I guess. Destroy. Now it says, eh. Another free 50. Oh, I could have blocked myself? Why would I do that? My eye. That level burned my eyes. No, I'm just kidding. Cool. I like it. So, let's just keep going. Sorry, Golem, we gotta do just the assignment levels right now. We'll take a little detour, though. So, Jazzy Jeff here, otherwise known as Neo, he just started joined the workshop a few days ago, so he had missed the opportunity to do this assignment, and this is the one I was kind of telling you about earlier, just blocks, and see how many different interesting shapes you can make. And one of the pieces of feedback and commentary that I put for this level, which I'll show you, right here. So all the levels in the workshop get put into the spreadsheet so we can give each other feedback and have it all nice and organized over time. This level is called Blocks by Neo, and one of the things that I said in particular was near max jumps on the gaps on the upper level, not quite pixel perfect. So that's something that I thought was really interesting about this particular level, and it is part of the timing. So you need some really good timing to nail these jumps, and I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. But yeah, even though the level looks really basic, there's still interesting things to say about it, interesting things to move and groove about, and this is one of those jumps I'm telling you about. In order to make that jump, you pretty much have to edge jump, but it's not exactly like pixel perfect, but you gotta do it. You gotta do it. And that's what I liked about this level. For an example of a camera issue, like here's the ground, and when I'm up here this high, the level looks like this, but you can't tell that this pit will kill you. And I can show you, right? I can kind of show you. There's the pit right there. But that's exactly what we kind of point out as part of our analysis in the workshop. Even in a simple level like this, there are subtle things to pay attention to and interesting things to comment on as far as what each player's style is. I call these shapes cactus or cacti. Look, they look like cacti, except that blob on the bottom right there. And what's really cool about this assignment is everybody has a different signature sort of motif and style, and that's really cool to bring out. Like, I call these, I want to call them mega blocks, but I call them big stairs or whatever. They took the classic stair formation right there and made them huge, and I've never actually played on anything quite like that. So yeah, never underestimate the ability for people to surprise you and show you something interesting with these levels. Good job, Jeff. Bonus bingo by Greg. Here we go. Mario Maker Workshop. The key is B2I7G3C3 F4I5. I think I memorized it before. So what is this? There's gotta be some secret code. What is going on here? And you're like, maybe hidden blocks. And like, no, I already jumped on every single square right here. I don't think so. So in addition to giving every single level that we make feedback, and we do that as a workshop, we do it collaboratively, so you don't ever have to do anything all on your own. You have help all the time, and everyone is working together for the same goal. Like, I don't get what this room is. Smiley face room? Are there secrets? Do I hear flames being shot out of a Bowser? In the wall? Yeah, I do, just like in the thumbnail. I think Bowser's up there. Cool. I'm out. Is there a way to get up there? So this has got to be some Fez-like code stuff. What is this? Do I hit like a certain sequence? There's no way Greg made like a sequencer. Shoved it in this assignment. I'm just gonna grab these and get out of here. If I had a bigger power-up, I'd be able to take those out. Those blocks. This one is definitely easier for small Mario than it is big Mario. There we go. Am I even on 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Nice timing. You can actually do that too early or too fast and mess that up a little bit. I'm gonna make sure I jump into the voice chat on Discord just in case anybody else wants to join us. Talking about Mario. Yeah, cool. Okay, pink coin room. I think Greg wanted this to say this was easier for Big Mario, but it's about as easy for everybody, right? I don't know about that room. Did I just? Oh. So if I had gotten that mushroom, I would have crashed through these blocks right here and not been able to get some of those coins. This Mario is very destructive. So we out. Destructive. Cool. Yeah, you can see various examples of the different types of bonus rooms happening right there. I'll show you the bingo sheet. You can see Gollum's name at various places in the sheet right here, for example, and the various types of bonus rooms he attempted to make. All good. Bonus room blitz. Let's go, Tony. Cool. So Tony's maker style is more aligned with traditional Mario level design than many other makers. Some people do puzzles, some people do crazy contraptions, but this room alone, if we recall some of the principles that we have for Mario coin placement and level design, if you see a coin, you should be able to get it, right? But these look way out of reach. Like, look at this. Like, how are you supposed to get these? It's called being good. I like it. You have to use double jumps and mid-air twirls and stuff to get it all smooth. I love this. I messed it up. Nice jumping challenge though. Ooh. Oh, that was a multi-coin. No, it wasn't. So this is one that's probably easier for Big Mario than it is Small Mario. Or Small Mario than it is Big Mario because of this area down here. Just a lot faster. I don't think there's anything hidden in these. I'll check them. No. Yeah, this one you definitely can't get all 10 coins in here. That kind of brings up another principle. Not only in the Mario Brothers games, when you see a coin, you should be able to get it, right? Without killing yourself and without taking 2 passes through the level and doing something crazy like that. Like, if you see it, you should be able to jump around and get it. Another principle is, and I'll show you here, we have a tab dedicated to collecting these principles, by the way. So these are like game design gold. Right here you can see 34, see a coin, get a coin, gotta catch them all. That's where if you see a coin, you should be able to collect it. But what is this one called? Multi-coin block challenge integrity. If you use a multi-coin block, be sure that it is possible to collect all 10 coins as some version of Mario, whether it's small, super, or raccoon, or whatever. This may require the block to be placed at a certain height off the ground, but it's something that you need to think about when you're using multi-coin block. You should work really hard, because Mario worked really hard, to make sure that every coin block, all the coins can be gotten. So that's a principle. These are filtered by coins. So all these principles deal with coins, and you can kind of read them over yourself, or we can keep going. Boop. Yeah, so principles are important. I think a lot of people think level design is a lot more about being clever, or so how am I going to get these bottom shapes? I'm gonna have to go on top. A lot of people think there's a lot more cleverness or ingenuity involved, but really there's a discipline to it, and because there's a discipline, let's go. No, I missed it. Missed it. No. I can't do it! Ah! Never been able to get all of them, but I really believe it's possible. I just goofed it up. Maybe I should use more wall kicking and jumping anyway. Okay, I like that room. Alright, so this is probably one that's easier for Big Mario, and so, to show you that, Tony included, it's probably about the same for Big Mario because of the wall jumping, actually. Maybe one of these are... I mean, that's certainly easier. It's faster. Maybe one of these are a secret. What's cool about this formation is you can hit higher and higher blocks by wall jumping and breaking a block to increase your angle. That's super cool. And you can't butt stomp in a 2-brick high height, so no ground pound. Yeah. Pretty straightforward right there. This one's also pretty straightforward. Coins out in the open. This middle one is a multi-coin. Big Mario has it particularly easy to get all 10. Nothing else is secret here, so let's get out. Oh, coolies! Oh no. I love it how you can just destroy a whole line of blocks by moving sideways. That's so cool. That is so cool. I'm gonna leave him. So this kind of brought up an interesting principle that Dr. Haji, I can't see the chat, that Dr. Haji had mentioned before. But try not to put too many blocks that the player can break in a bonus room, because they'll do this and they'll waste their time. And you're like, if you don't want them to waste their time, or at least not a lot of their time, you gotta control stuff like that. Coins, 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 coins. I'm out. There could be a bonus there, who knows? A hidden block. Eat it. Cool. So that's Tony's level. You can see he has a very different approach to bonus rooms than a lot of other people. His stuff is very clean and lean, kind of like my stuff. Other workshop members use a ton of gizmos, a ton of gadgets, and go wild. This is my brother's level. It's called a bonus bonanza. $65 coins. So I love this layout to start. This nice asymmetry and the diagonal leaning upwards to the right to kind of lead your eye to all the interesting elements which are right here. And a cool little dynamic challenge right there, and you can retry it as many times as you want. I love it. I love this. Alright, and that's how you can mess it up. This one I've never been able to get. I hate this one. I almost want to like jump off and like go at it from the other side because no! That's right. I like how lenient that jump is. Everything doesn't have to be super tight. I don't know what I'm gonna do here. Well, at least I get another try. So that's unique. Here's another unique challenge. I like getting this one like this because it's dangerous. Yep, I like doing dangerous things sometimes. And here's the other way. You have to run across a single block. I wish this had a little bit more contrast of brown here with the blocks in front of it, but you know, it's still good. I like that setup. Very, very simple. And I like the what is it? The conservative use of red coins right there. You don't have to use all 5. 3 may be exactly how many you need. Oh, I love how you can shoot. Got it. Cool. So that's a nice double layered room right there. You do the hard stuff here, you go in here, you get a P-switch, you're like, cool, I've gotten everything. You come back, you're like, I forgot those were blocks! And you can collect the coins if you're fast. Here's another interesting one. You can do this, right? Or you can do... I'm not too good at doing this. We'll try it. I don't know why that extra track is still there, by the way. What is that track in the middle, on the upper part doing? How do I hit this? Maybe a running jump? Maybe from this side. It just pushes me out so fast, but maybe there's like a perfect angle. Just got my level uploaded, submitting to the spreadsheet. I'm gonna double check that I did all the bingos that I had my name on. Well, thank you, Jeff, for taking the time. I hate this one! Oh, I did it, because I was angry, just like an anime. Okay, this is another cool one. Bonk. And I have all I need. What's up?
That one was the Aeroporter one.
That was
freaking... Yeah, you changed the track because it's slightly off. You make them go on different tracks.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's what it's like. I'm like, why does Richard... He scoffed when it says the Aeroporter one.
I didn't understand. I didn't understand. I don't understand a lot of things. Okay, this one, I love this room. This is the WarioWare room, but it's not called the WarioWare room. If you recognize this level, you should. It's from from the original Super Mario Brothers. Too bad you didn't allow me to get that mushroom. This is a tease. I don't like that. This is probably the thing you said would piss me off. This?
You can get it if you get the big mushroom.
Where? So it's a secret somewhere else?
It's in 1, 2. It's that jump you can't make.
I just missed my chance.
In the second challenge, when you try to do that
Oh,
donut,
the thing I failed like 6 times in a row. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I
thing called
accept.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, that's a good one. Some of the challenges require people to use hidden blocks, and there's so many different ways you can use it. Making platforms is a really good one. And some of these pipes are just for extra in case you didn't get enough coins. Oh, this is, yeah, if you have Big Mario, it's totally obvious that you should be able to do something, and I can't. You should have put one like right here for me. Ah! Ah! Oh, because this is like 1-1, right? No? Yes?
What are you saying?
This is like 1-1, the placement of this secret block right here. It's close.
It feels like I did your other thing, like we have empty space.
Oh.
I just put a secret block there.
And you didn't put a freaking mushroom for me, no!
I was trying to figure out where to put a second one. That's probably a good place for it.
None of these. Oh, cool, freebies. And then the red ones indicate. See, you mixed up your colors. Right there, red indicates that you can't go in, and the red over here is the only one you can go in to complete the level.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that today. I need at least 3 colors. And I didn't want to do it.
Ah, I missed that jump up. Look, good bonus rooms. Cool. So I went through and I took a video of every single bonus room that was submitted before last night, and I took a screenshot of every single room. And let me show you what I've been working on. I just made an amazing website on Wix. Bite lower lip. Let me show you how I did it. Bite lower lip. So here, I'm going through, and just by playing it as a player, not as a, I'm asking you guys which ones to put in which slots. I'm trying to play the level and figure out where it belongs in the bingo. And I put a tiny screen. You can't see it. Now you can see it. And I put a tiny screenshot in the section where I think it matches. So I'm going through and filling these in. It's going to be a little bit longer, but hopefully when we do 100% bingo, this whole thing would be a 72 examples of really focused, clean bonus room design. And you'll have tons of different inspirational cells you can jump to. But that's cool. That'll come later. We're gonna do Akamarek's super long level. So Akamarek really showed a lot of drive here. He made a bonus room stage that has a lot of stages in it, and one of the things I was telling him about, because he had released a game before on Steam called Colette's Sugar Madness, and it's a platformer, and he's looking to make another platformer type game for his next game, and I'm like, you really should join the workshop, because we can really focus on a lot of principles that we're missing. Oh! See, when you miss it and have enough time to come back, really good placement there. And also, I used flow motion to get in there, even though it was too hard to short hop that. But yeah, I said you should be able to. So hard to get all of them! So hard! I think I wrote an Akamarek's review, which I'll show you, just because it's cool to show you exactly where you can find this stuff. Courses, scroll left, Akamarek right here, and on the very end, under fairness, or right here, where did I put it? Oh, and the principles, I said see coin, get coin. I'm not sure you can grab all the coins in some of these bonus rooms. And this is exactly the kind of room I'm not sure about. Maybe if I were bigger, maybe if I were smarter. Leaves. A lot of people like these things. I like them more now that everyone else has used them, because I had no idea what I want to use these goofballs for. My Hedron Collider setup. Donuts, just for a little wait. And that's called a one-way wall, so you can't jump backwards up through it. I like this one. And if you mess it up, they get crushed, and you only get 3. I don't know how he made it to where you only get 3. Maybe that's just how those pipes work. This one, you have to race all the way to the bottom left, and this is what I did to optimize it. I love being able to move stuff. If there's a little bit more twisting and turning, you might have had to make a tough decision on trying to get all the coins versus racing to the end to open up that last section, but I think, you know, I ran a pretty optimal route, so I guess for most people it's going to be pretty tough. I like this one because it's like so simple looking, but jumping and not falling down, it takes a little bit of focus. Well, this one's interesting too. Let's go! And I love it how there's that leeway, right? That you don't have to wait entirely for the thing to go. If you go early, you have more opportunities to go late. That's what I like. I like the tuning there. And nice conservative use of pink blocks too. I think this one is easier for, it's supposed to be easier for Big Mario than Small Mario. Small Mario keeps falling through the holes, and Big Mario can just crush this stuff. No secrets. Oh, secret! Cool. I think I messed this one up before. No! I love that. Harder for a Big Mario for that last part. For sure. And give me the spoils. I like this one. Getting all the coins, I don't even know if it's possible, but he put one-way walls up there so you don't die. Come on. No! No! So I don't have to worry about the claw ones. Oh, I could have hit those from below and I could have... Yeah, I don't have to worry about the claw ones because they'll save me a click, basically. Yeah, this one's cool. I think you can get all of them. See? Nice. Not too many blocks. Exploring them all didn't waste too much time. This is another interesting one. You see the blocks that didn't transform are actually hidden secret blocks. Yes, time to fly. This is what's cool about this flying ability. Nope, that wasn't a multi-fly. Oh well. Cool, double break. I don't think there's anything to this one. I don't understand. More of that. Yeah. This one seems pretty basic. Whatever. Using pipes to extend the amount of rooms. So this one's cool. If you have the fly power, obviously like this, you can just fly up there. If you don't, let's pretend I don't. And your Small Mario, if you click this, you have probably enough time to do something like this, and then take it back down. And that's enough height to get there, good tuning, and then you can jump and get all the rest, blah 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 blah. So, this one's really not power-up dependent at all. But I got a spring. Taking things from room to room is dangerous. Oh, this is the one where you have to be a flyer or take the spring. So he put a flying power up to demonstrate this is one you should only be able to get if you can fly. I like that. If you're not careful, you fall straight on this. Flying's broken. Cool. Bunch of different levels. I played it for 6.5 minutes. Yeah, each room was interesting. Let's go Bleach. So this level, these are all going to be just structures and exposed coins. So even when you're limited to basically 2 elements, this is the kind of variety you can get. I like that little curve there. You can almost get that all in one. Probably should have tried a little harder. All in one go. Full motion. Full motion. Ah! Yeah, the short hop from the spin jump should be just enough. At least that's what I thought it was. I think I have to really edge jump the spin jump. Jeez. Nope. Screw it. Yes. Oh, that almost had a nice flow. You have to short hop it. Interesting. I like the shapes. I like the little S curves right there. I like that. There's not a lot of things in traditional maker levels that allow you or encourage you to do this sort of mid-air curving like that. That was by Bleach. Bonus rooms, fire cakes. Okay, so I got a really cool principles exercise. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. I'll just zoom through some of these. Get coins on that one. Things are chopping up. Yeah, I like this one. It's nice and simple. This reminds me of a Bros 1 in the cloud game. Yeah, I guess if you want to simulate just having a moving platform, snake blocks are a really good way to do that. This one makes me angry. You cannot get all these coins. Did I get all of them? You can't do it over here because this is moving too fast. Maybe it's the same principle. What the heck? Am I supposed to continue long jump? I don't know how to get this one. Oh, wow. Wow, maybe it's me who doesn't know how to play. So long jumps are better for 3D World Mario who has a hard time getting up to speed from basic walking. Okay. Okay, fire cakes. This one's just a kind of a straightforward, blocky, weird room. So you know, okay, look at this room layout. I gotta show you. How do I show you? Oh, I can show you. So I'm gonna take a peek at the Mario Maker website at DesignOriented.net/mmw. I'm going to go here to show you what I mean. There we go. So we have a lesson page where we post all of our lessons that like this on the internet so you guys can see it. And under basic layout, fire cakes, fire cakes submitted an assignment, and out of all these pictures, you should probably be able to tell which ones are fire cakes and which ones are not. I'll let you take a moment to okay. So it turns out these right here at the bottom are fire cakes. And notice how he likes to put floating weird looking shapes that are like touching corner to corner and have a lot of internal and radial symmetry and repetition and stuff. He loves that stuff. And I can tell instantly by going into this room, this is a fire cakes room. Even if it was in another level entirely or another maker, I'd be able to tell. Everyone has their own signature. It's cool to figure out what it is. Maybe this room should have gone before the other one, because I think you have to long jump this one in order to get the crossing steps. And maybe if I was a little bit more conscious of that. This one's kind of interesting to try to get all of them. I think spinning actually, yeah, there we go, makes it harder. It makes it to where you don't get as much horizontal, and I love this one. It shows you that you can long jump and control the distance, and get variable distances. Nice, nice, nice. You can obviously tell it's a little bit set up / contrived, just to point out this really simple jumping thing. But I like it. Clouds are weird. I like it. I should be a cat by now. Where's my cat suit? Well, I'm not gonna do this one. Get all the red coins, come out here or there. I like this one. If you didn't want wall kicking to work here, some structures. Oh! I'm about to run out of time! You guys. Good job, good job, good job, everybody. Being Tall, Bowser's Folly, Bonus Room Bonanza, Bonus Bank. We've got about 3 or 4 more, it's a lot. But we're just flying through this content and you'll be able to see it. So putting a coin clear condition forces people to sort of not just run straight through these bonus rooms, because part of the design for a bonus room is basically like something where you really can't get hurt, and probably took too many of those, yeah. Oh! Did not expect it to bonk off the ceiling. So the blocks that never transform always have secrets in them. See how you can jump too fast? This one's harder than it looks. I like that jump. I love the anticipation of running to the edge in slow motion. Kind of reminds me of Smash Brothers, Smash 4. Wonderful techniques, slow run. this is the interesting way to troll people, right? Where there's no real threat to them. Yeah, it tricked me. I thought it was a multi-coin. This is a very basic setup, but it works. Especially if your level motif is these pillars. Having a bonus room that's like this is really cool to echo some of the structures and motifs there. I keep messing this one up. See, this does nothing. I have to slide under there as Big Mario as far as possible. I need to leave at least one. I think I need to do a double tug. Oh, I did it! I've never been able to get this one. But you need this. You need something like this. Hopefully I got enough. Oh no. Nice. 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 Big bucks, no soft locks. Tell me if the sound is off. Oh, I'm not even... Can't even see what you guys are saying. Oh, water not allowed. I like how you have to go back into the water in order to get that coin. I like that. Nice and simple. And if there was an enemy down here, it'd be like perfect for a level challenge, but not a bonus room. And just because he's nice, he gave you free coins at the end in case you didn't have enough. Let me show you a video I took. No, not that. I thought I took a video. Maybe it didn't like me. That's cool. I was playing this level last night, and I had exactly 456 coins when I jumped for that big coin in the end. That was so funny. And the only way I could get exactly that many coins is if I hit those two hidden blocks on the left. That was so close. Bonus bank. Let's go, slime friend. Yeah, so there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to learn. So I like this one because it's aggravating. Ah! You're like, how far is this snake gonna go? And by the way, that could have crushed. Wait, maybe that couldn't have crushed. I wonder if he made it to where this is 100% crush proof. And then when you get bold, you're like, I don't... Oh, shoot. I was about to run that. I'm back. I like things that are a little forgiving and give you a few chances to make mistakes. I like that. So overall, I like that room. Same. I like it how, like, how do I get up there? But one of my favorite parts is where you hit these blocks are where you would want to jump if you were kind of jumping towards them. And they're right there. And just like in Bowser's stage 1, 2, 4, or maybe 3, 4 in the original Mario Brothers, I think he put some symmetrical blocks in the very same pattern. So you can kind of like get a sense of, yeah, you can get a sense, yeah. This is the Enlighten! Is this the Enlighten? No, this is Slime Friend. Firecake said he hit an Enlighten pattern in there. Well, this one reminds me of my shaped salt sprinkle. Don't worry, I'm just freaking out. So this one's really neat. To put it all together on your first play, like, oh shoot, I gotta get back. I like that room a lot. That's a you can mess it up permanently type of room, which is one of the... Oh, I didn't know the P-switch froze the conveyor belts. I think Marcus said something like that the other day. But this controls the belts and the P-switch freezes. Victor freezes. I don't get this one. It looked like it was supposed to be a lot more complex, and then all it is one-up mushrooms that are a little bit devalued in Mario Maker, and you can just run up and get them. I like this one. You're like, what could possibly help me? And you're like, a clown car! I like how he put that P-switch on a diamond for no reason. We did it! Cool. Okay, so that is all the workshop submissions, except I had to hit the refresh button to see Jeff's. Jeff's at the very top. Barely got it in for the stream, Jeff. Can you collect 4 or 5 coins for DesignOriented's Mario Maker Workshop? Thank you, Jeff, for adding that information. I think I got all 10. I love it when you can barely know that it's a multi-coin block and barely get enough time to get all 10. I like the 2 different heights right there. They make 2 different experiences. Woo! Too bad I saw Jeff making this level. A lot of it won't be a surprise to me. Oh, you have to have tail to get these from the side. Clever Jeff. But not. Because I need to focus. Oh, cool. Jeff likes symmetry, if you didn't notice. Runner, that's a test to see if Jeff is a And Jeff did a lot of testing to make sure this Wiggler can't hurt me, but I'm not convinced. There's 50 coins in each room, yeah. That probably should have been in the description, but you know what, I'd rather take a plug. Where are the rest of the coins? How many did I grab here? 50? I like how this is kind of like a wall jump. Maybe not. So we are at 40 coins. We need to get 90. Here I come. 90. Let's get out of here. I like it, the consistent use of both bumpers and wigglers. What is this one all about? I almost went into that pipe. This overhanging the pipe is a little weird. Nice reversal right there. But I think he was trying to make a small entrance. We need... No! You tricked me! Oh, I'm not going down that pipe. What's happening here? Well, little obnoxious, but I think the perfect short hop will get the job done. Unless I just go from the bottom. I can retry it. Ooh, now I can retry it. Nice. Did I even not try to squirrel that left block? Because I think I accidentally missed it and it turned out it was a power-up. Oh wow, double chance. Nice. Oh, that bumper allows me to reverse my momentum pretty fast. Oh, is that not to fly? A bumper start? Oh, it is! That's crazy! But I can't use it here. Put that in the knowledge column for me, guys. I'll do it myself. I don't trust you guys. I trust you guys. All the power-ups are progressive, though. Interesting. Yeah, so contextual power-ups are when you're Super Mario, it's a fire flower or a feather, but if you're Small Mario, it comes out as a super mushroom. And that I like that. That's actually adds a nice, interesting. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm trying to do two things at once. Suspended layer for the game experience. So in the Mario Maker worksheet, we have this column for knowledge, for little facts that you either knew or didn't know and you want to share with everyone. And we also have a sheet for gameplay ideas. And I'll put bumper start. When in a tight space and you need room to fly with cape, you can run and duck slide into a bumper in order to get a burst of speed in a small space. Super Mario World Mario just needs the speed. Super Mario Bros. Mario needs to build P-Power. So that could be a whole thing that you can put in levels. So we put in level design, date it, stamp it. I'm going to snag a screenshot of it and name it real quick. Don't mind me. Ouch. I'm going to put that in and I'm going to grab this. Save as bumper start 131 bumper start. Cool. Yeah, so sharing information and keeping everybody up to date is one thing that we do. It's one thing that makes the Mario Maker Workshop communal. I wonder why these have one-way gates. I guess he doesn't want you to fly up and... I'm back! I'm back! How do I do this? He put lots of subtle ways to get back. Like if you can fly back to... I don't know how to do this one, but I'm flying back. Oh, it's not like Bros 3. Let's go. Did I miss some coins? I obviously did, but I have 200 seconds, so I better keep moving. I want to get it. Oh, I just need to be Small Mario. But I'm not. I'm out. Ah, the famous room. Oh. He's back. I don't know how to do that. How do I keep spinning while going up? I don't know how to do that. Ah, well, that's gonna be the end of me. I'm gonna die on this. I'm out. Requires a flight power-up, maybe? And this one requires a double backing? Nah, I'm not gonna do it, I'm out. No, I got it. I'm out. Nice asymmetry on the left and right side there. I'm back in. We're doing it. We're getting all the coins, let's go! I didn't even mean to go in that pipe. I'm going there. Probably should have done like something like that when flying. Should have spun and then jump. That's fine. I panicked. Cool. Got interesting stuff going on there. Yeah, so that's all the courses. Pretty cool stuff. There will be more information on the website when I post lesson 3. So we're going to move right along to the next segment. I got something really interesting. It's really quick, but it's something to note about how the workshop works and the learning model that's behind it. Right here we have... What do we have? What's the best way to do this? Okay. I can do this. And I can do that. Can y'all friends do this? So, part of the way this workshop works is it's completely self-driven, and it is designed to enhance the energy and the passion and energy inspiration that you already have going. So if you're playing levels, we got something for you to do to make that more interesting, like recording the gameplay ideas so that you have a huge catalog of interesting ideas to come back to. If you are just playing the game in general, you can put all the things you learned in here, and we can just build up our knowledge base all the way down to the thousands maybe. If you are looking for feedback to give or to take, you know, we have a whole lot of courses right here. And each of them we have 21 different points, different categories at the top for you to give very specific feedback about very specific elements of their level. Good stuff there. So if you see a blank square, try playing a level and thinking about just that concept. Maybe you can fill it in. And you get points for everything, right? So like everything adds up, and your energy, the total, your workshop point total reflects the amount of energy and time that you had to devote to Mario Maker 2 and improving your skills. So that's just an easy way to check up on that and to keep track of it. But the cool part is, a lot of people here want to be better game designers. A lot of people here, let me make this a little more personable. A lot of people here are wanting to make games, wanting to get into the game industry, just wanting to make really great levels. All that requires sort of becoming a better designer. And a lot of times it can be hard to understand exactly what you need to do to go from this level, whatever level that is, to the next level. And the hard part is, like many disciplines, the reason it's hard is because you need sort of a wide, encompassing, well-rounded approach. So it's not like one thing you're doing wrong. It's not one thing that you can correct. It's not one habit you got to kick. It's not one thing you got to eat to be the best athlete you can be. It's a bunch of little things that add up. So with this course, when you're curious enough, so the game I made, Enlighten, which is basically in an open beta right now on the Discord channel, it explains this learning theory and it tries to model it in real time, taking your gameplay data and showing you that everything you sort of think and feel and all your progress and accomplishments playing this game can be accurately mapped in this model. And whenever you get stuck, the model can tell you how to improve moving forward. The model is pretty simple. You take your curiosity level, however high it is, like this, and then that curiosity level, you use it to engage in whatever activity, right? And the more you engage with it, kind of reflects having more curiosity. If you're really not feeling it, if you really don't like playing tennis, you're probably not going to think about tennis. You're probably not going to watch tennis all the time. You're probably not going to, practice tennis outside of the designated hours that make you practice. But if you're really passionate about something, you're going to be doing it all the time, thinking about it all the time, and that's kind of reflective of that curiosity. The more you engage with an activity, the stronger your memories are, and the more likely you'll stumble upon new, interesting things to remember. So curiosity shrinks a little bit to the kind of experiences and knowledge you can gain from that experience. From there, you recognize patterns, you recognize how different aspects of it connect. Like when I have a bad attitude here, I play badly here. When I have a good breakfast here, I play great here. When I warm up, my legs don't cramp up. Like all these different things that you can learn or other people can help you learn. But those are very specific sort of correlations and connections, and you use all that knowledge to then make a much smaller group of heuristics, right? And heuristics don't have to be 100%. They don't have to be foolproof. They don't have to last forever. But they're just one step more sophisticated way of applying your knowledge, which is something that you gained from your curiosity in the first place. And beyond that, if you distill those heuristics, you come up with just a relatively small group of what we call methods or principles. And those are what really do all the heavy lifting design-wise. Oftentimes, like what we have here in the spreadsheet, these are all the principles that we've gathered, and notice that it's only at 82 while the knowledge is at 237 and the gameplay ideas are at 135. So really it's just the smallest group out of all of them. But these are the things that I haven't filtered for coins right now. Let me just select all. These are the things that if you have direct experience understanding these principles, if I tell you that no country for free flags, don't give the player a free one-up via the goalpost, right? This is a principle that local Tony put in, and not all of these are as strict as everything else. You can see here that this principle is usually applied, but Mario follows this principle all the time. Naked pipes, we don't like pipes just hanging out with no sort of ground or platform underneath them, so we call those naked pipes. Mario always follows this principle, and some of these apply directly to Mario, some apply to other games and just game design in general. But collecting these is what all of our hard work is going into. Principles are what, while you're building a level, give your mind and your creativity and your experience some structure to build off of. I don't think we would have had nearly as many creative, interesting examples of all those bingo levels if we did not have this structure to go off of. People probably would have defaulted to the same objects they always use and the same setup they always use. And this really helped us break out of our shell and try some new things. So if you're still sort of on the fence about the effectiveness and power of principles, if you're still like, you know what, they're cool and all, but what makes them that much different from a heuristic or just a random straight thought anyway? Here's the exercise that I have worked out for us. Okay. I actually haven't Googled any of this, so this is going to be just on the fly. Cool. Let's just hope this doesn't flag me up. Classic Wile E. Coyote versus the Roadrunner cartoon. And if you've ever seen these cartoons, They're funny. They're great. I always recommend these classic Looney Tunes. They're so well designed, so well shot, so well composed, and so compact. But beyond that, this cartoon gets a lot done without dialogue, just two characters, and everything sort of is visually represented using visual storytelling, like right here on the screen. So what the characters are thinking, what they're planning, what they're doing, you see a lot of this stuff. And this particular coyote loves to set up these contraptions like this in an attempt to catch the roadrunner. And stuff like this happens. So the entire cartoon is different inventions, different attempts, and all the funny ways they can make it go horribly wrong for our coyote friend. So here's the interesting part. For people like me, and hopefully people like you, we've grown up on these cartoons. We're familiar with how they work. We see a scene or a clip of it. We're like, that is the Wile E. Coyote Roadrunner cartoon. I know what that's from. But here's the deal. These cartoons have a particular style. They do some things always, they do some things never, and there's a little bit of leeway and wiggle room in between. This style is basically a set of guidelines or rules or principles, like we were talking about, that govern every single scene, every single concept, every single idea, and they work within those restrictions and those constraints in order to do a lot of funny, creative work. We know that they have a method. We can see it based on the consistency of the cartoons that we watch, and we're very familiar with the cartoons. But here's the cool part. Just being familiar with something, just watching it a lot, just playing games a lot, just doing it a lot, gets you a good sense of what those rules and principles are, but it's really hard to nail it down to the exact 100% true all the time rules that they are following. So the exercise here is, based on this cartoon, what are the 9 rules that Chuck Jones created to govern the development of every single episode of Coyote versus Roadrunner? It's called Roadrunner versus Coyote. Okay. So yeah, he made 9 rules, right? I'm gonna try to pull those up. Okay, so there are 9 rules. If you pause the video right now, if you're on stream, you can try typing out the rules in the chat. But your ability to come up with the exact rules is going to be very difficult. You're going to think about a whole bunch of cartoons, and in order to figure out the rules, you have to process so many different episodes, and you got to compare every single scene, and you got to compare every single happening and be like, did it always? And that's a lot of work, right? This is why when I say principles are the distilled final product of all that curiosity, all that experience you gain, all those thoughts, all that knowledge, and then all those heuristics, all the way down to just a handful of pure principle that you can really put to work. So if you try to extract it just from doing the experience itself, you're going to have a lot of work to do. But it's fortunate for a lot of us that other people have made principles for us to follow. And if we take that final product and really sort of work with it and try to gain more experience with it and understand it, we get a lot of the benefits of the principle without doing all the work. So if you've taken a moment to think about the Roadrunner and Coyote cartoon, these are the 9 rules that govern the entire show. Okay. Yep. No. Don't do that. Rule number 111. The Roadrunner cannot harm the coyote except by going beep beep. Signature catchphrase, meep meep. I thought it was meep meep. Stop that. It's beep beep. That's a rule. Rule number 2. No outside force can harm the coyote, only his own ineptitude or the failure of the Acme products, right? So nobody's going to come and beat him up. There's no other character. The Roadrunner isn't going to run all over him or kick him. He's only hurt by his own attempts and inventions. Rule number 3, the coyote could stop at any time if he were not a fanatic. A fanatic is someone who redoubles his effort when he has forgotten his aim. So, while the coyote is a genius, apparently, smart enough to use all these materials and stuff, but not smart enough to stop. Kind of funny. No dialogue ever except beep beep. ever. It's like a silent film. They do a lot with visual storytelling. Rule number 5, the roadrunner must stay on the road, otherwise, logically, he would not be called a roadrunner. So no matter where they go in these cartoons, and no matter how the coyote moves, the roadrunner will always be seen coming down a road and can always be trapped or anticipated by being on the road. Very important. All action must be confined to the natural environment of the two characters, the Southwest American desert. Every single episode is right here. That's it. All materials, tools, weapons, or mechanical conveniences must be obtained from the Acme Corporation. Acme, classic cartoon corporation, the CCC. Number 8, whenever possible, make gravity Coyote's greatest enemy. This is kind of interesting. Gravity is quite an ever-present and impactful force, both in video games and apparently in Wile E. Coyote cartoons. The coyote is always more humiliated than harmed by his failures. And these are the 9 rules that govern every single episode. So yeah, it'd be hard to come up with those on your own. But once you know them, you're like, oh, definitely. I can tell you exactly what kind of scene would qualify for that, what kind of scene wouldn't. If you ran a random idea by me, I'm like, that doesn't sound like a Wile E. Coyote cartoon to me. And this is not just a guess at this point. Once you have the principles, you're like, no, that's definitely not it. We cannot have the Roadrunner kick the coyote off the cliff. They'd be like, oh, it's so funny, it's edgy, it's cool. You're like, stop it. We have principles for a reason. So that's just a little exercise to show you how powerful and impactful principles can be and how hard they can be to come by and to create from a breadth of experiences rather than just going, or rather than somebody giving it to you. So the final thing I want to show you to wrap up the stream is back in Mario Maker. So we're gonna go to core spot. So this is a level. This is a level that I had famously, not so famously, taken the level from the completionist, and he made a crazy level and gave it to like Egoraptor and other people to try. It was crazy. It was nuts. I took that level and I said, let's apply some Nintendo principles, some design rules that Nintendo uses to make great levels and understanding why those rules are there. And let's apply it to this guy's crazy level and see if we can meet somewhere in the middle, make a nice happy medium. Still containing all of his original ideas, but changing them so that they're much more fair, much more interesting according to these principles, right? So I recreated this level. This is something that I made in Mario Maker 1 and posted online. And here's the recreation of the level. Almost every element is as it was in Mario Maker 1, except for a few small changes, right? And I'm playing around with doors, so ignore those for now. So I built this level. Oh, what is that block doing there? You can't be there. So one of the original ideas for this level was, okay, the level's hard. Beating it is hard enough. But if you get really good, then you can do more than beat it. You can get all, I think I put 50 coins in this level, maybe a little bit more. There's like a certain amount of coins, and if you get them all, and you can get them all, just like the principle I told you. If you see a coin, you should be able to get it, and every coin in the level, you know, should be obtainable without dying or resetting or whatever, or using a checkpoint. So, even these coins down here, these multi-coin blocks, even these coins up here at the top, even these floating coins down here, if you're smart about what you do and play around with what you have, you can get every single coin. That's the second layer of difficulty. The third layer of difficulty is kill every enemy. Now, these Bowsers here, beep, these Bowsers get crushed. Ah! That was cheap. These Bowsers get crushed from, oh, they're escaping. This is kind of the wildness. Yeah, go back. There we go. Oh, I jumped too high. These Bowsers get crushed. They're all dead. Okay, so they get crushed like that. There's enemies in here that you gotta kill. There are enemies over here that you gotta kill. There are flying enemies over here that you gotta kill. There's a crazy enemy there that you gotta kill. And a lot of these are suspended over dangerous areas and doing dangerous type things, right? I could have kicked that shell, jumped off of it, jumped on the spikes, and you gotta kill all these hammer bros and all these lucky twos, right? Killing them, it's hard. Not only is this level particularly dangerous in and of itself, but taking these guys out requires a lot more strategy, but I made a way where you could do it because I thought it was interesting. And I'm not going to give away the secret now because I want more workshop people to try it, but it's possible. Now, Mario Maker 1 didn't have clear conditions. Mario Maker 2 does. Mario Maker 1 had power-ups that I had access to. Mario Maker 2 doesn't have. So I have to find a way to take the existing level that I made, make small tweaks, keep the original design sort of intact, and get it back to a place where maybe even I can make a clear condition that pushes players to fight for these harder challenges, right? So I don't know whether or not to leave the basic challenge intact or to make the default level. You got to get all the coins, right? But I'm playing around with that, and that's going to be the challenge that I'll work on throughout the week. One idea is to not do that. Is to give all the, instead of kill all the enemies, maybe kill all the select few enemies, right? Maybe that's, don't do that. Maybe that's about as good, right? And I made this Goon Brat. Oh shoot! Did you know that if a big enemy has a key like that, you have to kill all the babies in order to get it? So maybe I can make it to where the key enemies have... Yeah, get it? Key enemies? I should have jumped for that guy. If key enemies have keys, then that's about the same, right? Sure, you won't have to kill all of them, but if the hardest ones have the keys, like this dude... Give me that. No! Yeah, so if the hardest ones have keys, that may work out just nicely. Haha, crazy power up. Yeah, so I'm still trying to find a nice happy medium. These doors reset the enemies, so that's probably something I don't want to do. But otherwise... You dead. He dead. That's weird. You can go back through the door and get the same key that you got to take care of that original enemy that you got the key for. Huh, that's weird. So there's a lot of things I gotta retool. But hopefully I'll be able to post this level throughout the week and explain to you guys some of the principles that I used to make the translation. I'll kill you guys! Okay. Alright, so that's it for this stream. I'm gonna check the Twitch chat before I go. Any questions? Any crazy things to say? The workshop's been great this week. Hopefully we'll be able to complete the bingo. Hopefully I'll be able to complete that image sheet. I'm going to get the lesson page up pretty soon. And then I got a new lesson for everybody. I guess I'll post it around Tuesday. But that gives you enough time to make something, bring it back, and get ready for next week's stream. So until then, guys, it's been fun making levels with you guys. It's been fun making Mario, and I'll see you guys next week. Why is that not working?